I gotta say, I have such newfound respect for YouTubers who publish on a more frequent basis. Like, there are YouTubers that publish every day. That is insane to me. Like, I can barely keep up with a weekly upload. Like, I've kind of dropped down to like twice a month because I just don't have the time to film and edit and do all that stuff and come up with ideas. So like the people that film on a daily basis, oh my God, so much respect. That's gotta be like more than a full-time job. That's crazy to me. Kudos to you. You're better humans than I am. And yes, this is my way of saying I'm sorry I haven't stuck to my word about how often I'm gonna publish. I don't really think anyone's out there like looking for my videos and being like, where's the video? But if you are, I'm sorry. Tweet nasty things at me and maybe I'll do it next time. Today, we are going to be talking about another key part in becoming a freelance writer, and that is choosing a niche or choosing a specialty. You will hear this, recommended by many of the experts when you're reading stuff about how to start a career. They say, pick a good niche. Today, we're going to go over what niches are, how you can go about picking one, and what you should not do when you're trying to pick a niche. So let's get right into it. The first question you probably have if you're totally new to this is, what is a niche? And in general, like I said, it's just your specialty. So you have to think about it in terms of freelancing or just freelance writing. Writing in general is so broad. Pretty much every company in every industry around the world has some sort of writing needs. And this can be anything from, fashion magazines, healthcare, nonprofits, big corporations that sell everything under the sun, from clothes to, pharmaceuticals to sports teams. They all have writing needs. Generally speaking, you're not going to want to go after jobs in all these different industries because as you kind of build your career, it helps if all your work is in one kind of particular niche, one particular specialty. And the more experienced you become, the higher rates you can command because you become an expert in that field. I always recommend that when you're thinking about what your niche should be, it should generally be something you have experience with. If you have worked in hospitality, for years, maybe that can be your niche. If you've previously worked in healthcare, target healthcare companies. If you have nonprofit experience, maybe grant writing or proposal writing is something you should look into. And even if you're like right out of college and don't really have job experience, consider your interests, consider things you know a lot about. If you've always been an avid athlete, maybe you should go into sports writing. If you like video gaming, there are tons of video game writing opportunities. In my opinion, the most important thing to think about when picking a niche is something you already have knowledge about, something you're passionate about, because in the long run, that will make your career that much more rewarding and exciting for you because you're actually interested and knowledgeable about what you're writing about. Some people might sit here and write off a list of all the different niches, but literally that would take hours. There, pretty much any industry is a niche. So the sky is really the limit here. I know that's not aggressively helpful, but I think, again, I'm going to drill this home. Pick something you have experience in. Start there. In terms of my own niche, I generally categorize it as just lifestyle writing. I have a very broad niche, so on any given day, I will cover all sorts of topics from home, fashion, beauty, pets, parenting, pretty much anything lifestyle-y. The reason I got into kind of the lifestyle media realm is because my background, I went to college for fashion merchandising. Quite a few of my first freelance jobs were fashion related. I wrote for the Every Girl, and I also wrote for In Style magazine. So that was kind of how I got into the industry. And from there, I did branch out into different lifestyle sectors just based on opportunity. Just because you start in one niche doesn't mean you have to stay there. A lot of times it's a good starting point, but I think it would be unwise to, pigeonhole yourself into this one topic area and say no to every other opportunity that comes along just because it's not within your niche. Another thing that I feel is worth mentioning when we're talking about niches is that if you Google like freelance writing niches, pretty much all the results that come up are the most profitable niches. Like, here's the niche where you can make the most money. To some degree, they're true. Like, you are going to make more money if you have a very technical, specific knowledge base and can write about software as a service stuff. Yes, you can make more money doing that. However, if you know nothing about those niches that are profitable, you are not setting yourself up for success. You are going to have such an uphill battle to fight because you don't know the topic matter. So how, a client's going to realize that after you submit your first project. They're going to be like, okay, you're clearly just like pulling this out of your butt. You don't know what you're talking about. So I don't recommend just picking a niche because someone says it's profitable. Pick a niche that you're passionate about, that you know things about, that you have experience in. You're going to be able to grow your career much, much, much faster that way. Hopefully this has provided you with a little bit of insight on how to choose a niche. It is a step you'll want to take before you kind of jump headfirst into a freelance career. If you have any comments or questions about niches, please leave them in the comments below. I have said historically that we're going to put out new videos every Friday, but it's kind of fallen down to a every other week type of schedule just because I'm really busy with work before the holiday season comes up. I'm going to try my hardest to get back to a weekly basis. So if you're watching this, hold me to it. Tweet at me, send me DMs on Instagram, be like, hey girl, where's the video? Hey. Thank you again for watching. I appreciate you. Have a wonderful day. I'm going to shame you on camera. What were you eating? Don't wag your tail at me. Were you eating the cat litter? Huh? Were you eating the cat litter?